everybody, it's Dave the Camo Pants Hiker here. We are at Hunter Mill Road, as you can see, and this is the Rails to the River Trail, and we're hiking eastward. Eastward ho, the trail goes. Oh. So we'll see how it goes this morning, or this afternoon. I'm doing a later walk today. I usually do a lot of these trail walks in the morning, but today I just had a lot of errands to do this morning for a friend, so I ended up postponing, and I'm probably glad I did. It is about 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, as you can see by that blue sky up there, a gorgeous 26th of December 2014, day after Christmas. This is the Rails to the River Trail, and it's a link trail that it links up, it actually is the continuation of the Rails to the River Trail, which starts back there on Michael Faraday Court and Reston and goes all the way through Lake Fairfax Park. I've been doing that a lot lately. I noticed that on some other videos. I think it's just my sinuses this time of the year. Like, Dave, would you please stop clearing your throat? It's one of those things that you do without thinking about it, and then when you're watching your videos and you go, that is annoying, but what do? I don't know. So you can start all the way down there at Michael Faraday, hike all the way eastward through Lake Fairfax Park, which is a very nice hike. Come all the way around the little campground area, all the way around the soccer field there, all the way around the cricket fields, whatever. And then you come down to Hunter Mill Road, and then there's a chunk from Hunter Mill Road eastward to Carper's Farm Road, which is at Route 7. And it follows the Colvin Run stream, which is right there. So this trail pretty well parallels that little stream this whole way, this little chunk. So I can't imagine it's too hard to get lost on. Plus it's a dirt bikey trail, so it's pretty wide and established. Got a little muddy patch here, as you can see. I got my these are my new black boots on. There I am, new black boots, so they don't have any holes in them. I have some older pair that's kind of messed up. Don't do them on a day where I'm gonna hit some water. Got my camo pants. These are my size 30s, really like them. Little snap front here, zipper up, that's good. Of course, the hood in the little gray hoodie, my t-shirt, and then the beard and the hat. That's what we're doing. There's a nice view of the stream valley there, as we kind of take a little bit of a southward trek on this trail. A little bit of it goes to the southeast here, and then we kind of curve back to the east. But anyhow, so you continue on this trail, and it comes up to Carper's Farm Road, and then you go all the way up. You can either cross Route 7 there at Colvin Mill, little Colvin Mill and the park there, where there's some parking, and you can go all the way up to the Potomac River. That also becomes the cross-county trail. Or, when you cross Carper's Farm Road there, you can stay on the south side of Route 7, and you can continue a little bit further to the east and then turns to the south, and that becomes the southbound cross-county trail. And you can hike that all the way down under the toll road, past Brownsmill Road under the toll road, all the way down to the Washington Old Dominion Bike Trail, on the way to Vienna there, make a right on the Washington Old Dominion Bike Trail, then you cut up across Hunter Mill Road, which we just crossed a little while ago, and you come back into Reston, and you then hang a left on that Twin Branches Nature Trail, which I hike a lot, and that'll take you back down on the, that continues the cross-county trail all the way further south. Eventually you hit Oakton and all the way down to Germantown Road, whatever. Those chunks I've already hiked. I've hiked the western half of this trail, and I decided, okay, so I'm missing this chunk, the chunk of the Rails to the River Trail, which goes from Hunter Mill Road to Carter's Farm Road. I hope I'm saying that right, because that's one of those names I always get wrong. Trail's a little bit, it's pretty dry, although there's some mushy areas here and there. Let's see, Christmas Eve, 2 days ago, we had a lot of rain. Hello. Okay, there goes a dirt biker with a little helmet cam on, so maybe I'll be in his video. We're all carrying cameras out here. What was I saying? Okay, 2 days ago we had a lot of rain. Rather warm Christmas Eve, but it was very rainy. Christmas Day was dried out, and pretty nice, but it got very windy. And then today's been beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'd say temperature about 50 degrees, which is nice for this time of year. You know, for the lake, pushing on the end of December, 50 degrees is downright balmy. As we're doing this, as I'm doing, I don't like the royal we, as we are doing this last chunk, this missing chunk of the Rails to River Trail, so I link the existing part of the Rails to River Trail I've done with the Cross County Trail that I've also done. Then one of these days I will take a left across Route 7 up here, and I will hike it all the way down Potomac, but you know, that's not in my immediate future. That may be something I do in January or February or beyond if the weather's bad. I've been lucky. We've been lucky this winter so far. Pretty good hiking weather, other than some rainy days here and there. No snow, no really cold weather. It's been a very nice December. Had a couple days, as I said, where we've had a lot of rain, but hasn't been bad at all. Okay, so we are way up here from the stream there, quite a bit higher as we're heading east. As I said, about 1 o'clock, 1:30ish on the 26th of December 2014. An interesting place if you want to do this chunk of the trail. Really nice place to park is you go into Lake Fairfax there, right in the northeast side of Reston. Go in the main entrance there, which is off of Baron Cameron down Little Street. You go down there, and you go past the main administration area, past the water mine, all that. Go all the way down, you hang a little left turn, and you come down to a little crossroadsy area down at the bottom of the hill, and you just park there on the left. There's a little gravel parking lot, and then it's a real short hike over to Hunter Mill Road. You can just jump on the Rails to the River Trail right there. Real easy to get to. And ba-doom, 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 you will be on this trail. So that's a nice place to park. My friend says he parks on Hunter Mill Road there, right where I started the hike. I'd be a little wary about that. It's a very narrow road. There is a little turn lane there into one of the neighborhoods. You probably could get away with that if you really wanted to, but I wouldn't feel too comfortable parking my car there. So anyway, we're heading eastbound on a trail. This is a nice trail. It's very well established. Again, it's done by a lot of dirt bikers, so you can see a lot of tread tracks in the trail bed. And a nice little trail marker here, little horseshoe, so we know we're on the trail. Now this trail away, if you caught my earlier video, sometimes as I say, I do these hikes on different days and patch them all together. If you're watching this in conjunction with my earlier connection of this trick, completion of the east part of this trail, or the west part of this trail from Michael Faraday through the park, you will notice that there's some areas where this trail goes through the park, there's lots of diversions, so it's real easy to kind of go on kind of winding diversions. This area of the trail seems fairly straightforward. You know, in the park back there, you'll come to an area and there'll be like 1, 2, 3 offshoots. Which way do you go? And there's no trail marker. Well, the reality of it is you could probably go in any of those directions and it will take you back on the trail somewhere. It's some real nice diversionary trails too, by the way. But whatever. All right, so now looks like we're crossing over a little streamlet here. Muddy area, but it's not too bad. And a little bit of a mushier lowland area in here. Again, we haven't had any rain for 2 days, and still quite a bit of mush back in here. Whoa. Yeah, slippy bippy here. Don't want to drop my little action cam in the glop. Okay, another trail marker. That's always a good sign. Got some company up here. It's a dog on a leash, I think. So, no worries. A couple of people. So I saw them. Shut up. Hello. Nice. As I have to say, it is an absolutely gorgeous day. This is the big return day, so everybody who got their Christmas presents is probably lining up at the customer service counters at all the stores, taking their stuff back. I try to avoid, a couple days I try to avoid stores, and Black Friday, of course, and the day after Christmas, day before Christmas, Christmas Eve, the day after Christmas. Good days to just avoid going to the store. Even if you have to return something, just wait a couple of days so the lines won't be too long. But I'm not returning anything this Christmas. I like everything I got. So there. Continuing eastbound on this chunk of the Rails to the River Trail, which is used by a lot of dirt bikers. And then we're cutting in between, we're going from Hunter Mill Road eastbound to Carper's Farm Road, which is up near Route 7. I guess you could park on Carper's Farm Road, although I was looking at that, there's a lot of no parking signs up around the trail there, so we'll double check that when we finish this and see if there's some good parking up there. Now, you're not far from Colvin Mill Park there, which is right across from Route 7, so you probably can park over there. But, you have to cross Route 7 there, which is kind of a bitch. That's a pretty busy highway, don't you know? Fairly lowland trail here with a couple of mushy patches, but certainly I've seen a lot worse than this. Doing that part of that cross-county trail between Carper's Farm Road there and Browns Mill, which you may, you're wondering, he's heading that direction, how's he already hiked it? Well, the miracle of video editing, I've already done that chunk of the trail, and that was a very, very mushy part of the hike. There were actually like mini lakes along that, a very flat area there, and a very straight trail, but a very nice hike. Enjoyed it quite a lot. I did that a couple weekends ago, 2 weekends ago I think. It was a very chilly morning. Don't even need gloves today. We're pushing in the 50s. And I would have needed gloves if I was going to come over first thing this morning and do this hike. But again, as I said, I got tied up with a lot of personal errands this morning. So I didn't get back until about 12:30. And I thought, you know, the day after Christmas, work-wise, there's not anything to do. So I want to take a nice walk today. It's beautiful weather. Why not do a little video? So that's what I'm doing. Another trail marker. Now this part of the trail is the little horseshoe. So little white background with a little green horseshoe. That's the Rails to the River Trail, which goes from Reston's Michael Faraday Court, which is right near the Washington and Old Dominion Bike Trail. Okay, so let's see. What's a good way to cross this? Let's hike off let's do this little off the trail for a second here to get around the muddy patch. There we go. And it's midday, so the sun is in the southern sky there, so we're heading east, maybe a little northeast. I'm starting to now hear Route 7. It was very quiet there a little while back. Now I can hear traffic. So we're coming up in the general vicinity of Route 7, probably another 5-10 minutes or so. Or maybe that's an airplane. It sounded like I was hearing traffic noise there. Again, more mud, more mucky mud, mushy mud, mush. Okay, so we're down kind of low here on the trail. The trail's down low here, close to the stream. Got some houses not far up the hill there. Again, really beautiful. You know, the houses, I'm surprised. One thing that has awakened in me is the wealth of Fairfax County, Virginia. You know, this trail is about 15 miles west of Washington, D.C. in Fairfax County, Virginia, which is a very wealthy county. And when you start hiking these trails, you look up and see some of these gorgeous homes. I mean, they're just all over the place. Here we got a little side trail that goes over to the Colvin Run. And I can hear the run. I can hear the river running. Sounds like we have a little maybe waterfall or something up here. Very pretty area back in here. I'm going to have to do a lot of these hikes in the summertime. Check out although it's nice to do them in the winter. Really nice. I enjoyed that. There we go. Nice little mini waterfall. Yeah, really look at the rock there. Look at that house up there and all that rock. Wow. I was always, living in this area for so long, I've always thought there was not a lot of rock outcroppings around here. But when you get back into these stream valleys in this Northern Virginia area, you really see a lot of that. There we are. There's Route 7 up there. I can see some cars. So we're coming up to the end of this little chunk of the trail. Again, we're going from Hunter Mill Road eastward to Carper's Farm Road, which is just at Route 7. I know, clearing my throat again. What am I gonna do? Yeah, you can see during a big heavy storm this area could all flood out. Really very low here. We're only about a foot above the creek. you know, I clocked, okay, we're at the 20-minute mark on this segment, and that was my guess. I said it's going to be about a 20-minute hike. And guess what? I should have said that at the beginning, because you're going to say, yeah, right. I said, it looks like about a 20-minute hike in each direction, and we're at the 20-minute mark on this segment, and I can see the end of the trail up there, turning into a little bit of gravel here. But a beautiful day for a little dirt hike. Again, one of my purposes of these videos is to introduce people in the Northern Virginia area to some of the gorgeous trails that you might not pick up on. You know, a lot of folks, you know, you see the asphalt trails, especially if you live in places like Reston, which is just, it's got 60, 70, 80 miles of asphalt trails. They're beautiful and they're nice places to hike. But you know what? There's a lot of cool, rugged, rural little dirt trails all over the place, and they're really neat, and I'm trying to use some of these videos to introduce you guys to them, and good places to get on the trails if you want to do this segment or that segment. I'm going to have to put a map together, make a little map one of these days, and you know, good places to park. So yeah, you want to, you know, easy, as I said, park over in Lake Fairfax Park there, right near the Rails to River Trail there, right by HunterMill Road. And then you do this little walk. It's literally 20-25 minutes to do this little chunk of the trail, which is really nice. As you can see, Route 7 over there. Not a lot of dirt bikers out today. You think maybe somebody got a new dirt bike for their birthday. They might want to be out here testing it out. I would think with the warm weather today, you think you'd see a couple of bikers out here. I did see the one. That was about it. I thought I'd be dodging a couple of them back in here. Okay, real muddy little area here. Looks like somebody brought their car down here and did a loopy-doop of it. Because there are tire tracks all around here. But here we are, there's Route 7, and then off to the left there is Calvin Mill Run, or Calvin Run Mill Park. Calvin Run Mill Park. And you can park over there. I'm sure you can hike across Route 7 here and get on the trail right here. So here we are. This is Harper's Farm Road. And as you notice, all along here, no parking signs. So yes, you want to park up in the neighborhood there, which isn't that far to walk. They sure don't want you parking down here. Anyway, the cross-county trail then continues this way down to the WNOD, or you can walk up this way, cross Route 7, and continue on the Rails to the River Trail up there to the right. And you can also hang out at the Calvin Run Mill Park over there. Okay, folks, thanks for watching. Hey everybody, it's Dave the Camo Pants Hiker here. I'm at the Route 7 area, Route 7 and I guess what's called Capers Mill, or something like that. Here we are, and we're hiking south on the Cross County Trail. Bum 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 bum. It is the 14th of December, 2014. Let me put the camera down here for a second to get you oriented on this nice little bench. As you can see, I'm wearing my camo pants. There we are. All dressed up in my combat cap, olive green accoutrements. Pulling out our little trusty Mappy Bappy. Ah, there we are. Okay. As you can see, there we are. So here's Route 7. We're right here. Okay, the Cross County Trail, the Potomac River's here, comes down here, goes right across the road here. There's Capers Farm Way. We're right there, and we're hiking south. And we're going to do this chunk all the way down to Brownsmill today. Okay? All right, there we go. There you know. I guess this area would be considered Vienna, postal code wise, even though you're closer to Reston here. This chunk to the right of Route 7 here, to the south of Route 7, I believe is the Vienna mailing address, although you're not really in Vienna here. Then we got a nice little trail, mainly dirt, maybe some stone mixed in, but it's mainly dirt here. My fingers are cold, but it's December 14th, 2014. It's about 9:30-ish in the morning. And we're just doing the trail. I've, hiked, all the way down to the Oakton area and have done the other chunks of this trail. So what I'm doing is I'm not doing things in order. I'm doing little trail chunks as they come. So, I parked on one of these side streets over here with beautiful houses, by the way. I mean, there are rich people back in here. I mean, a lot of these houses are way over $1 million. And then hiked into the trail this morning. Some mushy areas back in here. Hasn't rained in a couple of days. In fact, yesterday was a beautiful, almost warmish day for this time of the year in the 50s. And I think we're supposed to go up into the 50s later today. Tell my hands that. No wind to speak of today. And it's funny, I start all these hikes out, it's really weird, in a sunny condition, and by about halfway through the hike, the clouds start piling up. And today seems to be no exception to that. Don't know. What's up with that? As you can hear, I'm sure, on these little Sony action cams, microphones, that Route 7 is definitely off there to the left. A lot of dirt bike ruts in the track there. We enter a little, looks like cypress trees in here. It kind of closes over, becomes kind of like a tunnel effect. Kind of pretty. It'd be pretty in the summertime back in here. I guess I'm going to have to do that once the leaves come out in May or so, April or May. I'll have to re-hike all this and show you what it looks like in the summer. Or get off your ass and come down here and do it yourself. It's nice to hike this time of the year. This area, most of Northern Virginia, anywhere wild in Northern Virginia, is poison ivy city. I mean, you look at Reston, you get off, those asphalt trails, just poison ivy everywhere. It's a beautiful plant. It's gorgeous. It is pretty. It's got these 3 beautiful, shiny green leaves, and it's a gorgeous looking ground cover. It's pretty. But yeah, most people you get it on your skin and you're going to itch like crazy. And if you're hiking in the summertime, especially in shorts, you really got to watch out for it. And I notice on a lot of these trails, that stuff encroaches onto the trail. Those poison ivy leaves are right up there, like that. See that little, you see these little like branches in the winter time, it's no big deal. There's no leaves there, but in the summer, these things grow like crazy, and then they come right up on the trail, and you can brush by them really easily. So I always, my rule of thumb is, if you're doing a summer hike and you got shorts on especially, okay, another little sappy-dappy area, then come home and get a shower. That's always a good thing. Change your clothes, get a shower. That's always the rule if you think you're exposed to poison ivy. Doesn't affect you right away. It takes a while, a couple hours, I think, for the oils to soak into your skin and cause the dermatitis that you get. But so you don't have to get off right away. It's not like acid or something. But what you want to do is get home, get a shower, clean yourself off, and then you might get a few little itchy bumps from it, but as long as you get it off. It's when it soaks into your skin and stays there a while, then you start scratching it and spreading the oil around, then you get a nasty case of it. And you know, in the summertime when you're hiking, you get all sweaty anyway, so it's probably nice to come home and get the shower anyway. As we're heading southbound on the Cross County Trail, just hit the Route 7 Capers Farm Road, Mill, whatever. Okay, we got a nice little flippy diversion here. I'm just to avoid that muddy part of the trail there. I think. So alternating holding the camera with different hands today. So now my right hand can go in the pocket and warm up, while my left hand is holding the camera. If I was just hiking without a camera, I just put both hands in my pockets, make fists, and my fingers will warm up really nicely. But if you're doing a camera, now holding a camera, that's kind of a bitch. But if you are, I guess I could always get the head strap thing, and I don't know, I kind of like holding the camera, getting it down in the action here. We're heading southbound on the 14th of December 2014, doing the chunk from Route 7 down to Browns Mill. Cross County Trail, 15 miles west of Washington, D.C. This trail goes all the way from Potomac River down to, that's Great Falls, all the way down to the Occoquan area. And I'm just doing the northern half of it with these little hikes. That's through my area. I mean, Reston, Virginia is right in that area. It's a very pretty trail. It uses all different surfaces. Now, what's interesting, we saw way back there where I was starting this little chunk at Route 7. You can cross Route 7 and you continue hiking northbound on the Cross County Trail all the way up to the Potomac River. That chunk from Route 7 to the river is also called the Difficult Run Trail, which has been there for a long time before this trail. Okay, we're hitting the 4.5 marker south. That's 4.5 markers from the start of the trail to the Potomac River. But anyhow, that chunk from Route 7 to the Potomac River is also called the Difficult Run Trail, and that's been there a long time before. This trail, this amalgam of trails called the Cross County Trail, was all connected together back in 2006 or so. That trail there, which this is now part of, was there before, I'm pretty sure. And then there's that Rails to the River Trail, which also uses that chunk from the Potomac River to Route 7, and then there where we were at Capers Farm Way, or whatever the hell that's called, that chunk there, when you cross over Route 7, instead of going to the left and continuing on the Cross County Trail like we did, you go to the right, and then you take a little trail that goes down the stream valley into, eventually cross over HunterMill Road, Lake Fairfax Park, go through Lake Fairfax Park, and it comes out in Reston, down by Sunset Hills Road at the W&OD Trail, Washington Old Dominion Trail. It's that big expressway bike trail that goes all the way from Arlington, Alexandria out to Western Loudon and beyond. But anyhow, so that's where the rails used to be. That used to be a rail line there, so it's Rails to the River Trail, or something like that. Now, of course, if you take the W&D just a short distance in the southeasterly direction, you will come to the crossing of the Metro line, the Silver Line, which goes to, which was just opened here in Reston. The station was just opened last summer. So the rails are back. So, you know, even though rails to the river trail doesn't make a lot of sense for a number of years there, because there was no rails there, now there are rails there. So it makes sense again. Got it. Okay, we're still in this kind of little cypressy area here, kind of a tunnel effect. Can't really see too much of the stream river valley back here, although there it is ahead of us. We're not anywhere near up on the stream. And we've got some real marshy parts up in here. Here's a couple wet areas. Again, it hasn't rained in a couple of days. now the trail seems to be getting a little bit better. We're getting some stone dust, or whatever they call it. But I see a little trouble spot. Uh-oh, it looks like we're coming up on a lake. Yes. Looks like a little mini lake back in here. Look at this. Still kind of icy back in here. Okay, look at that chunk of the trail there. Looks like it's quite wet. Marshy, mushy, mushy. Okay, well let's try walking on some of these stickles and get the camera in a better grip here. Okay, there we go. Our stone crossing here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Whew. Then we'll jump across here. Wow, look at that. And we got this chunk over here. Look at that. It really flooded out. It hasn't rained in a couple days. It really hasn't. Oh dear. It is sluggy, luggy. Oh, there we go. Okay, wow. Got my trusty new boots on today, so that's good. There, look at that. That's a mess. But, you know, what do you do? Heading south here on the Route 7 to Browns Mill chunk. Again, some beautiful houses up in here. More slushy, mushy stuff. I should have worn the black boots today, but the black boots are getting kind of worn. These at least are brand new, and the heels the heels are all sealed up. Those boots have some holes in them, and but I do like the look of the mud on the black boots. Anyway, we're now pulling away from the houses, more out into the stream valley here as we're heading south. Looks like a nice straight. It's about as straight as the trail gets. You can see practically a mile ahead there. But a lot of mush. And again, you know, what was it? Today's Sunday. It stopped raining Thursday. Oh. Icky bicky boo. Icky bicky dick. It looks like a fellow hiker coming toward me, or a runner, or somebody. Or a biker, or somebody. I see somebody in blue down there. Interesting chunk of the trail here, though. It's very level and flat, but it is very mushy. So yeah, I wouldn't want to do this in flip-flops. Not too bad, just some mushy spots. Have some boots on and just slog through it. But yeah, quite a lot of mush back here. Wow. About every 50 feet or so, there's some more another big thing of mush. And as I say, I start out sunny. And as I start walking, it gets cloudier, and look at that, nice big clouds over. And we got this mush here still a little bit on the frozen side, which is not as bad. Frozen mush isn't too bad. Okay, so it looks like the person hiking, or looks like they're running up there, and they're running in the same direction I'm going, so I guess we won't be passing. There we go, cross-country trail marker. Always a comforting sight. Well, right or left, which is least muddy? I just look at it. Every 50 feet is another big puddle. Just like boom. It's like clockwork. 50, there's another one, and there's another one, and there's another one, and there's another one. One of the things I do when I map out these hikes, that it's nice to kind of look at a map before you do the hike. So the Cross County Trail has a very nice website. So it's part of the Fairfax County Park Authority. And you go there and just Google Cross County Trail Fairfax VA. It'll take you right to it. It's a nice series of maps. And then you can take those maps and go on Google Earth and actually look up, or Google Maps, and go up and look at where your trail is, because most of this trail is on there too. It's not always totally accurate. There are some discrepancies here and there, but generally speaking, the trail is there. And you do that, and then you can do the Google, what is it called, the view thing, where you can actually see the neighborhood from the little Google cam. And as long as there's state streets or public, there's the private roads around here that they don't include in that. But if they're a state street, then, it's a public road, you can park, whatever. You can go and, find little trail links and stuff like that and see whether there's parking. And that's what I did today. I didn't hike all the way up here today because, I wanted to spend my time hiking the new trail, not doing trails I've already done. And to get up here, just to get up to this trailhead here at Browns Mill, which we're coming up to pretty soon, that would have been an hour and a half hike for me from my home, just to get up there. Then I got to start the new hike. Again, more mush. So I, in my research, found the map to this little chunk of the trail, looked at some of the side streets, went down into Google Maps, found a couple really nice, there's a nice little grass trail. Went up to Google Maps, and then looked at some of the neighborhoods, and I actually could see the trails coming off some of the streets up there, and whether there's parking. This area is very interesting. A lot of the streets that were built back in the 50s and 40s and stuff, the older roads like Browns Mill and stuff, are little, windy roads. They're very pretty, but they have no shoulders. There's nowhere to park. You can't park on Vale Road, Hunter Mill Road, a good chunk of that, Browns Mill up here. You can't just park there and get on the trail. So you have to find little areas that are good for parking. And sometimes if you come and find a little neighborhood near the trailhead that was built, say, in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, where they put wider roads in, and then park there, and then there's oftentimes you can either just hike to the trailhead, or you can actually take a little trail. A lot of the developers will put little trail connections in here. They want fit people to move, young, fit people to move in, and one of the attractions of moving into this neighborhood with $1.5 million homes is access to the Cross County Trail. Okay, there we are. There's Browns Mill Road as we're heading south. The other day I did the hunk of the chunk of the trail from Browns Mill Road south to the Dulles Toll Road, and then on down through a couple of stone crossings there to the WNOD. So I did that. So if you can watch this. I'm probably going to put this chunk of the trail video with that, so you can watch that all together. Now, once we cross Browns Mill Road, it's a beautiful little asphalt trail for about a mile or so. So you can stomp real hard and get all this mud off your boots. And there we are. There's the crosswalk. They say this is one of the most dangerous road crossings on the Cross County Trail, so be very careful when you cross. It's a very narrow road, and just make sure no one is watching. Go ahead. All right, so very glad to stop, thinking I was going to cross there, which I'm not. So there we are. Thank you for watching.